Hello and welcome back. Now today I have for you a video going over some more big blowout eliminations and breaking them down. Not too long ago I came out with a part 1 going over 5 big blowout eliminations and it got some good traction and I thought it would be fun to come out with a part 2. So without further ado, let's jump back all the way to 2008. We're at the Czech Republic in the Gulag as we are here for the challenge season 20 Cutthroat, where we have the 7-time vet Paula going up against the rookie Emily Scrum in the Pull Me Over elimination, which is the final elimination right before the finals of this season. Paula wants this so badly, TJ blows that horn, and you can see Paula is not getting any grip, and if we pause it right here, we're 3 seconds into this elimination, and Paula is already on the ground. This is not the optimal position you want to be in, as we have on the other side of this pole, a beast in Emily Scrum who is going to shish kebab her on her barrels. Paula finally gets up. Whoa, we're gonna pause it right here. She grabs the chain and we're gonna find out from TJ that this is a big no-no. This is like a boxing match. You wanna get off the ropes because this is a violation. We're not gonna have the audio, but TJ is telling her, if you grab the chains one more time, you're done. We're disqualifying you. TJ blows that horn, we're getting back, and she's already at her barrel. She's already back on the ground. Paula is having a really tough time, and the barrel gets knocked over, right? But as we can see from this freeze frame, that Paula has grabbed the chain yet again, but I think because the barrel had already been tipped over, that takes precedence over Paula grabbing the chain, so the point goes to Emily, and we're going to get a round 2 rather than it being a DQ. We get to round 2, and Paula needs this to stay in the game. We're going to pause it right here at the start of round 2, and what we're going to see is that Paula needs a new strategy. She needs to do something extremely different to get a better result. However, Emily, we have seen, is just so strong, and she's just gonna blitzkrieg. She's just gonna go right at Paula here, and Paula's gonna do this like Flintstone move where she is going to try to run at Paula, but her shoes get no traction whatsoever. Paula is now back on the ground. I mean, she just can't get it, and instantly she is touching the chain yet again. Emily does a great job here. Look at this. Emily is pushing Paula just any which way. She is going to push her into the chains if she has to force Paula to either DQ or get thrown into the barrels. It's easy for TJ just to blow that horn saying that Paula has been disqualified. And now look at the disappointment that's on Paula's face. You hate to see it happen. Now let's jump all the way to season 31 Vendettas, where we have Kayla versus Marie. We have two very best friends facing off against each other, where Marie got last place in the daily challenge and Kayla was voted in by the Troika, and they will be facing off against each other in tonight's elimination called Basket Case. Now in Basket Case, each competitor will be in a basket. We're gonna have Kayla in the blue basket, and then we're gonna have Marie going into the red basket. They're going to have to fight and push and just do whatever they can to get out of this basket and then finish a puzzle. The first one to do it wins and stays in the game and gets a grenade. The other one is getting a one-way ticket back, and maybe they're gonna be going back in the basket if they can't get out. TJ gets ready to blow that horn, and as we can pause it, the initial happenings of this is actually quite interesting. We have Kayla, we can see the basket is actually expanding, meaning she's trying to break this thing open with her legs. She's gonna try to get it on the ground and then come out the top. Whereas it looks like the basket is inhaling for Marie. She must be on the other side, or she's like trying to pull the basket in. It's a little awkward in my opinion. Now we see that Kayla gets on the ground quite early and Marie just stays upright as she's still trying to bash a hole through the side, but she finally gets on the ground. Now if we pause this, Kayla did get the basket pushed over first, but now they're in the same position. This is still anybody's game, but we're gonna see that Kayla has the upper hand as she's gonna be able to bust through the top first, as Marie is going to have a very tough time even just trying to get this lid peeled off. As we have Kayla getting out of the basket, I think Tony yelled, "Think thin," which, my goodness, yes, they had to have the safety equipment of the helmet just in case the basket went too wild. Now, she dumps out all of her pieces, right? We're gonna pause it here. Look at these puzzle pieces. They are so big. They are like the size of a puzzle pieces that you get for your second grader to learn like geography or something. The kind that you'd see in like a preschool school. It's ginormous. When you have like puzzles like tanagrams and all this other stuff, this looks like a child's puzzle. It kind of confounds me. I went too long on the puzzle. Kayla started working on her puzzle as we move towards to check on Marie, and Marie is still in this daggone basket. Kayla has a huge lead on Marie as she is still just bashing in this basket. We're gonna see Marie is like, her head is at the bottom. She's going to try to peel off the lid, and while she's trying to peel it off, she's gonna get her shoe actually stuck at the top, and she's gonna get a lot of just merciless heckling from the crowd over on the other side. As we see right here, we're gonna pause it. Her shoe is stuck, and we can see that she has some Under Armours here. I was looking at some older models of Under Armour. It kind of reminds me of a 2008 Pursuit 2. Now, Under Armours are probably great shoes for running, but if you're going out for shoes, they're terrible for basket breaking, so be wary of that when you're looking for shoes. Marie finally gets out of the basket just in time to see Kayla win this elimination and put the final piece of the puzzle on her puzzle. Now let's go to Season 36 Double Agents, where we have Michi versus Josh in Asset Destruction 2.0. They have to uncover a slide puzzle. Now they have to fix this slide puzzle, which is going to look exactly like the skull mural in the background. And then they're going to have to grab their balls and then break away all the breakaway pieces. First one to do that wins. Now, Josh hasn't had the best luck in eliminations, but in this one, he absolutely crushes this slide puzzle. And once he gets it done so quickly, Michi has to look for himself. But if he's trying to cheat or get an idea on how to do it, I mean, it's a slide puzzle, my man. It's not like you can just like see the other puzzle and be able to just do it. You still have to slide all the pieces around and know how to do a slide puzzle. Now Josh gets all of his balls, and he actually throws this ball and hits the frame in the corner. Now this board has a lot of surface area that you would want to hit or could hit with all these boards, yet he hits the perpendicular bar here in the middle, and if that was what he was aiming for, that would be rather impressive, but it wasn't. Now Josh is actually going to throw this giant ball, and it's going to hit this board, and it is rock solid. This is not a breakaway board at all, and it's just confounding why he would try to hit this, or if he was trying to really throw that ball any higher. Now he's going to take this Paul Pierce three-point kind of form to try to hit this giant skull right between the eyes. Now I found this interesting. This is actually a breakaway board, yet he does not get enough force or momentum on the ball to break away the board. So I found that very interesting on the rewatch. So we're gonna let this play out and just show you that doink, it does not work out. Everyone's having a great time watching Josh try to hit all the boards. Now let's take a look over at Michi, how he's doing at the slide puzzle. Now he has some pieces going on here down at the bottom, but let's be real. If you do not know how to do a slide puzzle or the strategy to a slide puzzle, you're just sliding these pieces all around, praying to the slide puzzle god that somehow all the pieces will just somehow fall together. It's kind of like doing a Rubik's Cube. If you do not know the algorithms, you're just kind of like flailing around, just trying to like hope for the best. Now Josh looks at his board, sees the little dots at all the breakaway pieces, and that like is a light bulb moment to him. So now he has this like Tua Tagovailoa moment, and he's just gonna take this ball and he's just gonna hit all these pieces one after another, and he's not gonna miss. He is just gonna not miss, and he also is gonna have enough force to break away through all these pieces one after another. Well, let's take a look on how he does this. He first hits this one and he gets some momentum, hits another one, mother may I have another one, and then he has the kill shot right here, right between the eyes, and Josh seals in his first elimination win. Let's pause it right here as this right here, taking a look, this is unbridled joy. This is the joy of a man who just got his first elimination win. Now, let's move on to The Challenge Season 23 Battle of the Seasons, where we are going into the Hall Brawl, where it's Cara Maria versus Lacy, and as you can tell right here, Cara has her game face on. This is the definition of a death stare, and Lacy has no idea what she's getting herself into in this Hall Brawl. Now, TJ blows that horn. Now, let's pause it. As we're going to see, Cara Maria is just going to go full force blitzing at Lacy, where Lacy is going to take like a two-step and then just hold on defense, which is terrible. I mean, look how far Cara is going to make contact with her, so close to the exit, and then she's just going to easily win this first round against Lacy. As we can see, she just stops, holds, and then Cara puts her in a headlock, drags her out, and then saunters over to the bell to get that easy win in round 1. Now we're going to go to Heat 2, where it's Cara versus Lacy. Lacy needs to win this. TJ blows that horn, and we're going to see Lacy needs to do something different, but she doesn't. She gets 2 steps in, maybe 3, and Cara is just going to do the same thing again. Blitz her, use the momentum, use the force, and Lacy is just going to get annihilated. Now, the edit wants to make it seem like Lacy has like enough fight in her, but come on now, that's the exit. This takes all but 5 seconds. Now, when we take a look at this screenshot, Lacy has a handful of face masks. If this was football, American football, this would be a yellow flag. This would be 15 yards because it is egregious. And then how Cara is going to get through this is the sibling technique, I like to call it, where she's going to just use her hand to take a finger of Lacy's and then just bend it backwards to break free away from Lacy's grip, and then they're going to do like a little skirmish outside, and then Cara's going to win this thing. Wes is watching this going, I got to win to just even tie this thing up. Like, I have a lot in front of me. So Cara does exactly that. Easily breaks away from Lacy's grasp and rings that bell, securing the win for Fresh Meat in Heat 1. Now it's up to the guys, which is Wes versus Big Easy, and look at this face. This is intensity. This is a death stare, and to me, if I'm just being totally honest, I feel like Wes's life is flashing before Big Easy's eyes before this moment, before they're going to clash in this Hall Brawl. Now, TJ is getting ready to blow that horn. He blows it, and then we're going to pause it. Look at this tackle. Big Easy is down, lower center of gravity, and look at this. He was like looking like a runner with his stance while Wes was more upright, and we're finding out here that I can't draw a straight line, but this is the halfway point, and Big Easy easily tackles Wes before the halfway point. In the middle of his gut, he's going to have no leverage, as Big Easy's going to easily just going to grab him, hoist him up, and then just carry him wherever he wants to go. Now, this right here makes it look like it's like an 80s bully movie where Big Easy has a big old wedgie action given to Wes as he's carrying him all the way to use his head to ring his own bell. And that's exactly what Big Easy does. This is incredible on the performance that he does, and TJ's laughing his way to the bank on this one. Now we get to round 2, Heat 2, and Wes knows he needs a new strategy. And what he decides to do is Big Easy's gonna try to do the same thing, go full force, get the momentum, try to hit him low, and then take him up, but Wes is gonna hit the deck and use the gopher technique. And we're gonna see what's gonna happen there, but he's gonna try to hug the ground and then try to then make it a foot race later on. Now, see how he's doing it? He's trying to like roughage up down below, and as you can see, Wes made a lot of ground up right there because he hits the ground rather early before the halfway point, and then he just kind of shuffles his way. And being so close to the ground, he's going to hug it down and make Big Easy go over him, so then it's a foot race. And Wes is already so close to the exit, he needs to get enough momentum, though, picking himself from having no momentum whatsoever, picking himself up from the ground and then taking off. Big Easy jumps over him, and now it is a foot race, and it is so close on who hit this bell. But when we take a look back, as you can see, Wes's bell is probably right around this area right here that I'm drawing, and his hand is way far away, whereas Big Easy, you could tell easily, has won this thing and gets this win. Both Cara Maria and Big Easy win this thing 2 rounds to nothing in their heats. It's absolutely incredible, and Fresh Meat took down Team Austin. That is it for this video. Those are all the big blowouts that I'm gonna be covering for this video, for this segment. What'd you think about these blowouts? Let me know that in the comment section below. And would you like to see a part 3? And what big blowouts would you like to see in that video? Let me know anything and everything down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. While you're down there, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll be back really, really soon with more challenge content, more reality TV content, more content in general. But until then, peace.